Yeah, why it jumped to 7, but it's okay. Okay, so number 3, yeah, this one finish. And then how about number 7? Yeah. Let's say the partition is of the form a plus 2 plus blah 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 plus a plus 2i. Using arithmetic progression, we can see that a plus 2. So the graph can be reconstructed as a rectangle with length I plus 1 and 2i plus a.
Yes.
That's the idea.
Depotek.
Yeah, correct. What is the meaning of depotek? We cut into a and then a plus 2 and so on.
But why the length should be at least as great as 8? I mean, is it not possible? Yeah, it's not possible. Okay. I cancel my question.
So it's something like this. So the difference is 2. So you can put here, right? Something like that. So this one and this. And then if you add by 2, so you will have this, blah, blah, blah. And then you get additional 2 here, correct? So this one, right? So we cut like this, like this, like this, and so on. Can you imagine? No? For example, like when we have the partition, because we have the long rectangle, this is the definition. If each paragraph is rectangular with length at least as great as 8. So for example, at least, so this will be longer, but I mean, yeah, will be the same. So for example, like this, so we cut this, we cut this, we cut this, right? So the difference of our section here and here will be 2. So for example, like I think I can write it. What is the example? Maybe this one. 1, 2, 3, and then the length at least as great as the 8. So it should be not like this. Should be like this, right? Correct? Something like this. So if you cut this part, so I can use another color. One, and then another one here, right? So this one is, what is it? 4 plus 4. And then we transfer it into, yeah, 2, 3, 6 plus, 5 plus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have 3 here, correct? Something like this. So we cut. So yeah, I think if you want to explain pie chart, I think the answer from, I don't know, Mr. or Mrs. Ilyas Wahan is the best way to write, I think. Okay, so this one, Agung Aldi, number 3. Number 3 is done. And then from Subham Degen, number 4. Oh, is it number 4? Seven, okay. And then how about number 4? So the answer here, 6 plus 4 plus 2. Are you sure? Oh, number 5. Sorry. 5A. We try to reply one by one. So 5A is 6 plus 5 plus 6 plus 4 plus 2. Is it correct? The conjugate of this. Can I trust you? Okay. It should be easy. You just have to draw the paragraph and then try to find the conjugate. So
you can find it without drawing it.
Yeah, you can imagine. That's easier. So basically, so you imagine when you have a feather graph, and then you know that the number of row is equal to the number of parts. So at least when you try to find the conjugate, the largest part from the conjugation, you can find it. But the problem after that, the second one, the third one, there's more intricate. So yeah, the easiest way is to draw. And the second way, actually, if you try to see it carefully, there is an algorithm to find the second one and the third one and so on. But the formula is more intricate. That's why we don't try to write it. So 5A should be okay. And then number 4. If we divide each parts by 2 in the partition of Pn even parts, we get Pn over 2. Okay, that's the mapping, that's the bijection from here to here, correct? Because every part here is even. So we can divide by 2, and then the total sum will be n over 2. So it should be okay. This one is equal to this. And then for the second equation, Pn over 2, each part having even number of elements or even number of parts, that will be the same. So it appears evenly. So for example, if I have 1 plus 1, it should be even number of 1. Or I have part 2, so 2 will be even number of 2. So 2 cannot appear only 3 times. It should be twice or 3 times. Okay. So that's the meaning of each part having an even number of parts. Yeah. A bit strange, eh? But that's what I mean. Maybe, yeah. As you know, my English is not good. But I think still better than most of you.
Better than our answer.
Okay. So, because its parts appears in even number, so we can cut it into half. And then it should be clear that the total sum is equal to n. Okay, so number 4 should be done. Now, number 1 should be the easiest, right? Actually, I have an assistant here, Nailupa, but I don't know whether she wants to talk or not.
Which one?
She's the one who makes these exercises. Yeah, it's up to her, but it's okay. So if you get some difficulties, so we can ask her. Okay, so number 4 should be okay. Number 1 should be simple. Why? Because if we have n is odd, then it is impossible to represent n as the sum of even number, because even plus even plus even should be even. So this one is okay. And then the next one, even number of parts. So every part appears in an even number. So yeah, every part appear twice or 4 times or 6 times. It is like this one. So for example, like maybe 1 plus 1 plus blah 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 plus 1. So we have this one is 2k times. So imagine if every part appears like this, so that will be, if I have a plus a plus a 2k times, that will be 2ka, right? And this one is even. So
each distinct part should appear in even numbers.
Yes.
Times.
Yeah. Each part, yeah. Okay. Correct. So because yeah, we have each part will add up to an even number. So even number, if we add all together will be even. So number 1 should be okay. And then I think we should finish number 5. How about number 5? 7 plus 1 without drawing the graph. So let's do it 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. How many times of 1? 5. 5 or 6? 6. Why is it? Because when you see the largest is 7, then the number of rows will be 7 also. So we have 7 parts. So yeah, you have one number 6 here. So it should be okay. And the next one, can you get it? Is it? Oh, okay. 5, 4, okay. Yeah, self-conjugate. So this will be 5 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. Should be okay. And then number 6. Is it correct? 11?
12.
11 or 12?
12.
Okay. I think we have discussed before. Yeah, 12. Okay. Correct, right? This morning. Because I just choose random number. And yeah, incidentally, we choose number 7. So this one is just to test you whether you still remember or not. Okay, 12 ya. Number 5, okay. Number 9. Where is number 9? Oh, this one, okay. So almost all of them. Wow, quite fast. That's good.
Number 9.
9. Okay, 7 into 3 parts. So the left hand side. So what are the partitions that counted in the left hand side? So that will be 5 plus 2 plus 1. And then?
In theorem,
yes, in general, we can prove it in 11. But yeah, please see the instruction.
We're listing all possible. But it's just conjugate.
Yeah, I know. But again, please follow the instruction.
Sorry, please.
So 5 plus 2 plus 1, and then is it correct? 4 plus 2 plus 1. And then 5 plus 1 plus 1. Is it correct? Yeah. Oh, the first one. Okay. I only follow the answer in the, yeah, correct. 5 plus 1 plus 1. That will be 7. 4 to 1, is it 7? Yeah, correct. And then 3, 3, 1. And then you have 3 plus 2 plus 2. Is that all? Okay, so only 4. And then how about the right hand side? Largest part is M. Three plus 1. And then 3 plus 2 plus 2. And then
3 plus 2
plus 1 plus 1. And the last one?
3 plus 1, 1.
Plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So we also have 4 partitions where the largest part is 3. Partition of 7. Okay. Oh, there is another answer here. So part C is self-conjugate. Is it correct or not? 5C. Yeah, correct. Okay. We try to answer all. Number 10. Okay. Are you sure only 2? Why? Because the question is how many. So yeah, you should give the reason.
We can check the first, the greatest part.
Finding
The greatest part. And then, so yeah, you mentioned two. So what are they?
11 and
One,
11. 7 plus 3 plus 1, are you sure? It's not self-conjugate.
Oh, yeah.
6 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Is it correct?
once again.
1 again. Yeah, 11. Okay.
11
4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1.
4 plus 3
Plus 3
plus 3
plus 1.
plus 1. I just follow you.
Yes.
tersesat.
Oh,
What parts?
Is that all?
yeah.
We also can check because we know that this one is equal to the number of partition self-conjugate will be equal to distinct odd, right? Yeah, that we know before. Distinct odd. Hey, why?
What parts? Ada teoretik.
Why it?
You don't have it, right? You got it.
I have.
This one. Distinct odd. So yeah, distinct odd 11 and then
7, 3, 1.
7 plus 3 plus 1
That's what I mean.
and then
Yeah.
you should have one more.
Oh.
Because you have 3 partitions here.
Yang 11 is not good.
Yep. Oh, set 11 is not self-conjugate. Again, fatigue.
I mean,
So this one go to here, this one go to here. So yeah, correct. Because this is the only possible value, because when we want to add all of them are odd, then we should have odd number of odd number. Because we have odd number of even number, that will be even, or even number of odd number also even. Yeah, so we should have odd number of odd number and also distinct. So 5 number, yeah, we will not get it. Number 10, number 1, I think we have discussed it. Yeah, should be clear. And then number 14, wow, jump to 14. Okay, so how to look at this in terms of partition? Because we can make a partition of long rectangle, right? Correct? Number 14. So the number of divisor of n, this will be the number of partition into a rectangle. Correct? Easy.
square. Factor.
Yeah, or square is okay. So, how many partition into a rectangle? This will be something like this. So every time we make the partition, if the length and the height is not equal, then we have another partitions. It is the conjugation, right? So we always have one pair.
Yeah.
So to make it a perfect square, then you should add one more that self-conjugate. So the only possibility is a square.
Oh, keren ya.
Right? So done. Move voting. Yeah, again, still okay. If it is not okay, then we can ask Neva. Okay, so yeah, another answer for 6. I think yeah, we can see that our list. Where is our list? 7. Where is 7? I'm forgotten. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, I have. Okay. Because I have run it in LaTeX, so it changed. So all notes, I think I already copied and rename it. So that's why I opened the original one without pause. Yeah, because when we make the demo version, if we make the handout, then every pause will be disappear. The one that I shared to you. But for the presentation, yeah, I make some pause. So yeah, you can recount it. Hopefully, still clear. What is it? What is this discussion? 6111. Oh, okay. Because yeah, we talked about that a few minutes ago. Okay, so we can continue to number 11. How is it? Number 11. How to prove that the number of partitions into m parts. So exactly we have m parts is equal to the number of partition of n, where all parts is less than or equal to n.
But the greatest should be m. M should be included.
Not really. This one is only less than or equal to.
Shouldn't be included.
Should be included. Yeah.
Conjugate.
Because we made the conjugate, so it should be included. Okay, so basically you can use the conjugation. That's the idea for the mapping.
M should be included, right?
Yeah.
M should be included.
Yeah.
The right hand side.
That's the meaning of less than or equal to. Correct, right? Because when we have conjugation, when we have m parts, and then when we flip into a row, and then this will be the largest part. So the largest part will be n. Okay, done. Oh, quite fast. Okay. Yeah, I share the screen, right? Because there are some secret thing. Wait. Wait. Okay, yeah. 11 should be okay. And then the next one, yeah, sound much simpler. I think so. Maybe we can read this one. Let's say A1 plus A2, so on, is a partition for each AI by division algorithm. We know that there are non-negative. To be honest, I'm lost. Oh, is it? AI is equal to QIM. So for each AI, we can write M plus M, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, maybe it works. It is a map for number 11 in the chat box. But the problem is how you prove that it is a bijection. How to prove the injectivity especially. Because when we use the division algorithm, it depends on the divisor. So if every partition you are using different divisor, so the divisor here is QIM, right? Yeah, the M1. I think yeah, that's the challenge. The injectivity. Okay. So maybe we can start again. Okay, number 8.
Number 12.
Oh, number 12. Number 12 is it there?
But I don't understand the right hand. The right hand side.
Oh, what is the meaning of the right hand side? Parts of every size from 1 to the largest part. I think your English is better than me.
Sometimes
Sorry,
people get asleep.
I mean, parts of every size from 1 to the largest one. So that means we cannot jump. For example, like 1 plus 2 plus 4, we cannot jump like this. So we should include number 3 in one of them. So if the largest part is 5, all parts we have 4, 3, 2, maybe 2 twice, that's also fine. So every part less than or equal to the largest one, that means must be included. So how distinct parts into this? Okay, if no answer, then please Neva.
Conjugating it.
Yeah, are you sure? Only the conjugate? The conjugate of distinct part?
Saya masih nggak paham yang kanan itu gimana sih?
Ya.
Gimana?
Sisi satu. Jadi yang satu sama lainnya itu
Oh, sampingnya tuh harus.
sisi satu atau sisi nol gitu aja.
Not that one. So for example, this is the example, right? Already, n is equal to 6. So we should, when the largest part is 2, we should have 1. Imagine if the largest one, n is equal to 6. N is equal to 6. If the largest one is 3, then yeah, 2 and 1 should be included. How about when the largest part is 4? We can't make it because we cannot include 3, 2, and 1. So when the largest part is 1, this is the only partition such that parts of every size from 1 to 1. And when the largest part is 2, how many possibility? There are 2, right? Because the largest is 2, we can add it with 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, or 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, right? Because we cannot write 2 plus 2 plus 2 because 1 is not there. Yeah. So this one is not counted. And then the last one is 3 plus 2 plus 1. What is the idea? Conjugate. If you want to turn on your mic, it's okay. Yeah. Is it correct? By conjugation, we have the left hand side to the right hand side. So what is the conjugate of 6? 1. So 6 will go to 1 plus 1 plus 1. And then what is the conjugate of 5 plus 1? 2 plus 1 plus 1. And then what is the conjugate of 3 plus 2 plus 1? 3 plus 2 plus 1. Why is it work? Why does it work? Via conjugation. So the key here is this word, distinct. So why? When it is when we have the distinct part, so this one and the next one should be lower, and the next one should be lower, next one should be lower, next one should be lower, shorter. And then when we do the conjugation, then we have this one, and of course we have the next one, right?
So one should be included there.
So one should be here.
Yeah.
And 2 should be here. From here, correct? And then 3 comes from here, Okay. Should be clear. Because it is distinct, so it cannot be like this. So it should be, this one is higher, higher, and higher. Okay, so every number will be up here. Do you get it? Yes. It is so fun. Yeah, that's the beauty of number when we draw. We draw a number without number. Which one again? 13, 15, or 8 or 9? If we can finish earlier, then I think better. Okay, so I can leave 4 numbers. Please try. 8, 9, and then 13 and 15. So if you cannot solve 15, then we cannot finish the session. So you cannot go home. 15 should be the most difficult one. 13 should be easy, correct? How about 13? Show that P N into long rectangle Ferrous graph. So the long one should be something like this. This will be equal to the number of factor, right? It should be clear because when you have the rectangle, the area will be the length times the width. So it should be fine. And what is the height there? It should be less than or equal to the square root of n. Should be clear. Okay, so 8 and 9 want to be a representative, want to share the idea. 8 and 9.
8 and 9.
If you cannot solve it, then ask Neva to explain. Or maybe Nisa or Chika or Ether. Because Aldi is not here. Pandan also not here, right? Yusua also not here. Wow, I lost a lot of students. Is it number 8 and 9? So what happened? Number 8. Do you get the idea? No part is divisible by k. And then less than k repetitions for each part. So
less than k minus 1 or
less than k repetition.
each part masing-masing bagian nggak boleh berulang.
Okay. No. It can be repeated, but no more than k times.
No more than k times.
So I think we should give an example for number 8. What is n? What is k that you want? 3? Okay lah, 3 for k lah. But how about n? You see, it's up to you. Maybe 5. So the left hand side, no part is divisible by k. So no part is divisible by 3. So we have 5, 4 plus 1, 3 cannot. 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Correct? The right hand side. Less than k repetitions for each part. So we cannot have 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Right? We cannot have more than 2 times. 5. Okay. Forget it. We have 5, 4 plus 1, 2 plus 2 plus 1 should be okay. And then 2 plus
3 plus 2.
Oh, 3, okay. 3 plus 2, okay.
3 plus 1 plus 1.
3 plus 1 plus, are you sure? Okay. And then? Is that all? Huh? But you need 3 number 1. Correct? So we also have 5. So how to make the bijection? I think I move it here. 3 plus 2, 3 plus 1 plus 1. How to get the bijection? 5 go to 5, 4 plus 1, and then? Are you sure? Okay.
Plus 1 plus 1, 3 plus 1.
Okay.
Last to the last.
Okay. How to define the bijection?
If we have
if we have 3 repetition and then we sum all of them, we merge. Okay, every 3 same parts. So that parts will not appear more than or greater than or equal to n. So we have 3 number 1 here. We merge into 3. That's why we have 3 plus 1 plus 1. We also have 3 number here. We merge into 3, then 3 plus 2. Because this part, we cannot have partition divisible by 3, right? So that will be an injection. So if you have 2 finite set, then you can find an injection, then it will be a bijection. Right? Because if both of them are finite, and then we can find a surjective function, that's enough to prove that it is a bijection or injective function.
I think it's easier to prove the relation of the two sides.
Yeah. Okay. But it should be okay, right? Number 8. Number 9 is already done. Okay. Okay, the last one. So who will be the hero of this afternoon? Not me. Yeah, you also can use the generating function. Good idea. You should turn on your mic. So how to use the generating function for number 8? No part divisible by k, so it should be the generating function is q to the k infinity over q infinity. And then how to convert it? So the left hand side, Pn blah 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 blah, the left hand, left hand side, LHS, HS, that will be sigma q to the n. This one will be product. What is the generating function for the left hand side of number 8? For number 8, not number 9. Number 8.
1 minus q k to the.
Finally, the voice. Q to the k.
Q to the kn.
Kn over 1 minus q to the n.
Yeah.
And then how to transfer it?
We divide 1 minus q k without product.
How do you want to do it?
I mean, we list all the product manually.
All of them, and then you can cancel it out. Correct?
Yep.
So you have 1 minus q to the kn over 1 minus q to the 1n. Is it like this?
Yeah, we pair 1 minus q to the k over 1 minus q times 1 minus q to k over 1 minus q square.
Okay, over q. Can you share your screen?
I mean, we split it.
Okay, so we split the numerator.
Yeah.
How we split the numerator? This one, 1 minus q to the n times 1 plus. Is it correct?
Yep. Q
to the n plus q to the 2n
n
plus
plus
q to the k minus 1n.
Yes.
And the denominator, it will be 1 minus q to the n. So we can cancel it out. And then we have 1 plus q to the n plus q to the k minus 1n.
Yeah, that's
okay.
the function of the other.
You can take over. Yeah, thank you very much. So that's another idea to prove number 8 using the generating function. And why? This one can count the right hand side. Some Pn, the condition is in the right hand side. Why is it? Anyone? Because remember, every power here, it represents the parts. And the largest part is k minus 1. So there is no part will appear more than or equal to k times. Okay, done. Yeah. Okay, the last one who will be the hero of this afternoon. Or if not, you cannot leave this room. Not me. So, the last one. We almost reached the end. So the Lucas square is the largest square of a Ferrous board that we create from the left top corner. So it should be clear for this example. The length of the Dufy sphere is 2. And then how do you prove that the number of partition of n such that the Dufy side is equal to J is equal to the right hand side? Oh, it's already 4:45. Can we make it homework? And then tomorrow I can choose one of you to present.
Whoever present get recursive free.
Okay, so you have to present this and also all of this. I will give you free excursion. Deal. Oh yeah, maybe I will add some more exercises because it's only 7. And yeah, we haven't covered something like rank and crank also there. But maybe I will not add a modular form because yeah, I know. Yeah, it is fun but challenging. Logic 15. The last one. How? What happens if we have the Dufy square? The length is J. So this one is J, this one is J. How many possibilities below the square? So the number of part. Are you sure? That one is this part. Right. This part is this. Because the number of part cannot be more than J. Correct? Because if the number of part here is greater than J, then it's not a Dufy square anymore. Okay.
Which part, sir?
The right hand side, the right part. So this is the Dufy square. And then the possibility here is this. Because the number of part here also should be less than or equal to J. Correct? Because the number of parts represent the number of column row. And then how about this? Because the summation is equal to n, and then we already have J square here, right? And we also have
box there.
yeah, okay. So we put everything here. So we have this one. So this part will be here. And then using the multiplication, because we have 2 things, right? So how many possibility? It should be the multiplication of both of them. And it also depends on your n. Okay, that's the idea.
M is number of small rectangles in the right side of the Dufy square.
Yep. Right. So M here will be the correct the number of whatever
Left of
on the right hand from the Dufy square. Because you have to add up all together become n. So the rest of actually it's not rectangle. I always draw a square, right? So the number of what The rest of both will be n minus j square minus m. Okay, that's all. Any question? I think I can share this one to a lot, but yeah, I only share the idea. So a lot of things to do with the basic partition, and I think it is fun because there are some combinatorial part of it. Okay. Any question maybe for the online one or the offline one? Okay, no more question. No more. Okay. When I look at your face, I think you need to sleep. And when I look to my mirror, I think I also. Okay. So I think that's all for today. And then tomorrow we will start again at 8:15. And then the first speaker will be Dr. Jaber Seljuk Agin. And the second one, we will try to finish my slide. So that will be, I will try to share something related to research on partitions. But yeah, maybe I will not give in detail for the proof because we will need a semester at least. Yeah, at least you know the big idea, and then I think that should be fine. And in the afternoon, we will see Professor Francesco Papalardi, and he will teach about analytic number theory. And as we mentioned in the second session, maybe, we know that a lot of things like Riemann zeta functions, they should be covered also. And yeah, I have some discussion with Mr. Abdul Hadi in some development of RSA, especially when we try to involve some complex numbers. So there are a lot of things that really interesting and disappear. So it's still maybe not really close to cryptography, but there are some background that will be used also. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you very much. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye. Nah, ini marah-marah ini. Oke, see you.